their phone. They don't answer emails. They don't want to be on a committee, okay? They're doing anything they can to get out of being on a committee. When the committee was formed to hire the new men's basketball coach, my phone was ringing. Okay, I had to kind of tell people, I got this under control. I've got some people picked out. But I want to say thanks to the search committee. A lot of them are here today. We went through a lot of resumes. We spent a lot of time talking, discussing, and they really sacrificed a lot to do this. And so I want to thank them publicly. Also, I want to say a few words about Coach Copeland. I came on the LCU campus in 1987, and Coach Copeland had already been here a long time. Okay, it seemed like, okay? He actually hadn't, but he was my coach, and he gave me a chance to play. And you know, after I got out of college, came back, he's just been a personal friend, a mentor, you know, someone that can stay somewhere in that position 31 years. It says a lot about the man himself. And so I just want to publicly thank him for everything that he's done for me personally, and also for the basketball program. I want to say a couple things about Todd while I got the microphone, and then turn over to Dr. Jones. But I also met Todd probably 87, 88. He's a lot older than me, a couple of years. But he may not want me to tell this story, but I can remember Todd because he used to sneak into the field house. And he didn't have a key, and back then he had a way of getting in. Every time I went to the field house, I'd see him in there with a basketball or two. And he was working on his game. He was shooting, he was dribbling, he was there from every time I went in the gym, he was there, and he was working. And so I knew who he was, but it just proves what kind of work ethic he has, and he turned himself into a basketball player, a really good one. Probably not the most athletic person in the world, but through hard work and effort, he turned himself into a great player. And I just think that says a lot about him as a person. Then I had the chance to actually coach against him when I was a high school basketball coach. And it didn't work out too well for me. I was smart enough not to schedule him, okay, on the regular schedule, but, you know, a tournament, sometimes you have no choice. And so I had a couple of run-ins with him that added to his wins on his record, and it kind of made me want to find another job. But he comes across to people that don't know him as a kind of soft-spoken, you know, calm type person. Those of us that have either played against him or coached against him know that he's a warrior, and he wants to win, but he wants to win in the right way, and he wants to win with class, and his kids play hard. They play with a lot of emotion and energy, and they just represent their coach and their school and everything that they do well. And so I'm grateful that we're here today. I'm thankful that Todd's going to be our coach, and I'm excited to see where he can take our program. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chancellor Ken Jones.
My lands, Paul, what made you think it's Todd? I mean, I've been considering doing this job myself. I mean, it doesn't look that hard to me. No, I want to thank all of you for being here, and we're really glad to have all of you here for what I consider to be a very important time in the history of Lubbock Christian University. And I want to join with Paul in making a comment about Coach Copeland. It is remarkable that anyone would fill a role of head coach, any kind of head coach at a collegiate level for 31 seasons. That's just amazing. For 18 of those seasons, he has been a really close friend of mine. And I know he would like to be here today. He's off in Arizona. Can you guess what he might be doing? I think he's bringing home a new horse. But he's just a great guy, and so I want to make sure that everyone knows how much I esteem John Copeland. Then I want to say something about all of the Lubbock Christian University athletics. I am really proud of Lubbock Christian University athletics. We are a part of the Sooner Conference in NAIA, one of the toughest conferences in the United States for NAIA. And our coaches continue to lead our conference. If you just look at all our sports, they continue to lead our conference. And what I'm most proud of is not just that they win over and over again. What I'm most proud of is the character with which our coaches lead. Our men and women coaches are of outstanding character and leadership. And so we have a wonderful, wonderful program at Lubbock Christian University and Lubbock Christian University athletics. Now, I knew when Coach Copeland decided that he was going to transition that there would be a lot of interest in this job. And so I wanted for us to have a search committee. I wanted some search committee to look at all the applicants and kind of deal with all that. And we had over 30 applicants for this job. And they sifted through all those applicants, and on Tuesday of this week, they brought to me a unanimous recommendation that I move toward Todd Duncan. And I will tell you, it was no surprise to me. It was absolutely no surprise. If I've heard his name once, I've heard it 1,000 times since Copeland decided he would step down. My favorite story is this. I have a habit of going by McDonald's at 4th Street and Slide early every morning and getting a glass of iced tea or a cup of iced tea. And I went in the other morning, and as always, there are people here in a group that now recognize when we say hello. And over here at another table, there are two gentlemen that are always there. I'm not sure they've never been there when I've been there. On this particular morning, my wife was with me. We go over and get our things, and we're walking past this table, and this guy says to me, "Have you hired a coach yet?" And I said, "No, I haven't hired a coach yet. You got any recommendations?" He said, "Have you ever thought about Todd Duncan?" And I said, "Man, you and 500 other people. I mean, that's all I hear is Todd Duncan." So I wasn't surprised at all when the search committee came to me and said, "It's our unanimous thought that you ought to pursue Todd Duncan." And so I began to visit with Todd Duncan. I began to look at some of the materials that I had. The number one question was character. Number one question is always character on the campus of Lubbock Christian University. I don't care what job it is, at what level, if the character's not there, we don't go any farther. Number one is character. And so I began to look at the character of Todd Duncan, and everywhere I turned, it was impeccable, just outstanding character, everywhere, from everybody. Then after you get past the character issue on our campus, you look at ability. So the question was, does he have the ability to be a head coach at a collegiate level, and especially at Lubbock Christian University? Does he have the ability? And I started looking at all that, and I found out what Paul has already said. He has a basketball in his hands when he's 5 or 6 years old, and I thought you had a key to the field house. Now, if you're breaking into it, I got to go back to the character issue, okay? But he's in the field house when he's 5 or 6 years old and messing with basketball. And he is focused, as Paul has said, and he is determined, and he is extremely organized. And so through all that, he's able to make his way onto the court at Coronado High School, and from there he's able to go to Midland Junior College and play basketball there, and from there to Texas Tech University. And some have told me that he may be the best three-point shooter that ever set foot on the court at Texas Tech University. Of course, I've never been there to shoot. Okay, you got to laugh a little bit, okay? This is okay. And then he went off and he played some professional ball for 4 years or so, and for the last 15 years, he's been over Trinity Christian Schools. And at Trinity Christian Schools, I mean, the record is unbelievable. And what he's been able to accomplish, it's just been extremely powerful. I'm glad today that Holly, his wife, is here, and his 2 children are here with him, and his parents are here, and at least one brother is here. And we're just glad to have all of you here. And I'm glad everyone is here today as we announce a new era in the history of Lubbock Christian University. Todd Duncan is everything we were looking for and more. And Todd, what I really hope is that Lubbock Christian University can be as good to you and as good for you as you will be for Lubbock Christian University. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure today to announce to you and to present to you that our new leader for men's basketball, our new head coach, is Mr. Todd Duncan. Will you welcome him, please?
Wow, thank you. There's not much pressure on me now, is there? Well, I'm excited to stand before you today, and just like Paul and Dr. Jones and everyone has said, this was quite a process, and I'm thankful to have earned the right and the privilege to lead the basketball program here. I did grow up not necessarily in the LCU community, but I certainly was around it for a long time as a young man, and I left out a key fact on how I got into the field house there, I guess. But I thought it was open 24 hours a day, and they just forgot to leave it open. But I've been run out of there a few times, and just to see the Rip Griffin Center and just the strides that LCU has made through the years is extremely attractive to me. The only problem I had was I thought there would be 2 people in Lubbock who would have their jobs forever. And one of them was John Copeland, and the other one was me at Trinity Christian. And I was so blessed to be there for 15 years and really honored, and tremendous challenge. And I just think the adversity, the challenge, just the day-to-day has prepared me for this next step in my coaching career. So I look forward to that. I've already met with the team. I've met with the coaching staff, just looking to make this even better and to build upon, make an organization, the team, this community, this university, everyone associated, the alumni, the donors, the Lubbock community, the state of Texas, those that are in proximity to Lubbock Christian University and know about this school, that they will be proud of the men's basketball team, that they will be excited to come and watch, and they'll be excited to support, that we'll put a team on the floor that represents the values of the organization, of this university. They will see kids with character, not characters. They'll see kids that play hard. They'll see kids that want to win but want to win the right way. They'll see kids who deserve success, who've put in the time, who are going to reap what they've sown, who will spend the extra hours like Paul and Dr. Jones said I did as a player, who understand that you have to earn the right to be supported, that you have to earn the right to win, that you have to put yourself in a position where those things happen. So as I grew up in this community as a young man, I would sneak into the field house. They did let me in on occasion. I didn't have to get in there illegally all the time. But I would shoot and work, and I became good friends with many former players, Mark Peters, Jeff Brush, just guys that I would watch as basketball players, and I was just this young man on the side shooting, and they would befriend me. And York Jones gave me a key. I don't think he was supposed to, and Harold Jones from I think the Bronx, and these guys they just reached out to me, a little guy who really loved basketball but didn't have just a tremendous amount of talent. So they endeared me to this university and to this program, and I would watch, and I've been in a lot of the games. Long before I even became a candidate for this job, I was at the LCU games when I could be. So I see a lot of familiar faces out there. I look forward to learning all the names and just investing myself in this community, in this program and this university in every way that I can. I do want our team's light to shine brightly for the school. I want to represent you well, and I want to win. I definitely want to win. I want to score more points than the other team. I don't think there's anything unchristian about wanting to do that. I always think of 1 Corinthians 9:24. It says there's many runners in a race, but only one gets the prize. You should run in such a way that you get the prize. And I don't think Paul was talking about basketball, but it's applicable in this situation. And then really my life verse is Colossians 3:23 that just says, whatever you do it with your whole heart as unto the Lord and not unto man. So I think if you're pursuing your best and you're doing it for God's glory, then you're successful regardless of what the scoreboard says. And you can be proud. We know that only one team is going to win a national championship. Only one team is going to win a conference championship. But we want to put ourselves in position so that year after year we can have a program that's competing at that level. So I look forward to the challenge. I look forward to coaching these young men that are here today. I had the privilege of getting to meet them earlier, and I think they're excited about working hard. They're excited about getting in the gym and just seeing how good they can be. A college career is very short. When you're there, it may not seem so short, but in hindsight, those of us who've been there and done that, we look back, and there are many days when you would love to smell the popcorn popping and know that the clock's getting turned on and you have a chance to go out there and compete, and people are going to show up to watch you. And so I just want these guys to maximize their college experience and the opportunities that they have. And so I could not be more thrilled. My heart is torn because I love Trinity Christian School, and I intend to invest in Lubbock Christian University in the same way. And I will be loyal, I will work hard, and I will do my very best to make you proud. I would appreciate your prayers, your encouragement. We haven't lost yet, so you can get all that in now. There'll be time for the other. Joyce Foster reminded me earlier that she was the one who taught me how to shoot. So I'm already getting tips or reminders about what it takes. So I look forward to that. Coach Gomez, Coach Blackwood, I think Coach Lawrence is here. Maybe some others that I don't see, but you guys have set a great standard for me to follow, a standard of excellence, professionalism, victory with honor, Christ-centered, and so I look forward to getting to know you guys better, working with you, and making the men's basketball program as good as it can be. So thank you very much.
Again, Coach Duncan, welcome to the LCU family. And as you can tell, a lot of people are already here with open arms to greet you and wish you well on your success here. That's it for today. We encourage you to have an opportunity, take the opportunity to meet Coach Duncan and his family. And Coach Duncan, you're going to be wanted for several media interviews, so thank you.